Hi, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your October 2023 money and career reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously, so thank you so very much for doing so. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below. And if you're interested in a private reading, a private personalized meditation, or a healing, check out my website, daneharttarot.com, and that is also linked in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. All right, Sagittarius, let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, angels. And spirit guides. Okay. All right, what's really cool here is that, okay, we might not see it as cool, but I'm definitely seeing it as something very interesting and to be really focused on, is that we're not seeing ourselves as progressing in the way that we want to. We're kind of being, not kind of, we're being very hard on ourselves, and we'll have a really strong inclination during this time to point out our flaws and to say, I'm not doing this right, I'm not moving this right, I'm not getting where I need to be. But you're actually going to see that this is a time that ends a lot of pettiness, a lot of chaos that has been around you. We have to be mindful not to get in our own way, represented by the wands in the minor arcana, right? And we have the Queen of Wands reversed right here. So we can have a tendency to get in our own way. But there's magic, there's beauty, there's brilliance to us. Again, we might not feel like we're moving forward financially the way that we want to be, or there's been fights financially around the way that we're moving forward or where we want to be. And it really makes us doubt ourselves. But Spirit is like, you are inspired. Don't fall prey to what everybody else is saying, or don't fall prey to the negative thoughts within ourselves. We are also having a bit of difficulty with teamwork during this time. It's not necessarily that we're being difficult, though, we might want to step back and just let ourselves breathe, which would be the best thing, because we're kind of trying to force ourselves, push forward without being kind to ourselves. And that's going to cause a lot of unneeded stress. So just be aware of that. But we can also be working with some really petty people. So just be aware of that as well. So let's see what Spirit has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Okay, these two. Both reversed are success and inspired. So it makes perfect sense with what Spirit has been showing us in the tarot cards, is that we don't see ourselves as successful, and we're not stepping back. We're not letting ourselves be inspired. It's kind of like, if I'm not on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, if I don't have the quick responses, the quick answers, I'm not doing my job right. And Spirit's like, my goodness, just be kind to yourself, Sagittarius. Be kind to yourself. Calm down. Center yourself. And look at what inspires you. It's time to get back in alignment with you, because we have lost that somewhere along the way with all the expectations put on us. We have lost what inspires us, what moves us forward, what makes us feel connected, or like, of course I can. Of course I can do this. So at work, looking for ways to be inspired, yes, that's important. But I'm really seeing this as at home, in our day-to-day life. How do we feel inspired? How do we feel like, okay, I'm doing a great job. I'm really moving forward in the way that I need to. It moves us then to the energy to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. And this is the Eight of Cups reversed. We need to be mindful of stubbornly hanging on to something that we don't need to be hanging on to anymore, or we don't need to be proving ourselves anymore. So the Eight of Cups is like, well, of course I'm going to prove that I can do this. Of course I'm going to stay. Even though there's our soul inside of us screaming, leave, move forward, get going, change it up. And it doesn't mean to quit your job. It does not. I want to absolutely specify this. This does not mean to quit your job and buy a log cabin in the middle of the woods, unless that's what you want to do, or join the circus, unless that's what you want to do. This is saying here, we're holding on to something that doesn't suit us. It can be an idea. It can be comparing ourselves to other people, and saying, that's what success looks like. That's what happiness looks like. And negating what success looks like for us, what happiness looks like for us. Because this can be a very magical time, but it is also a time where we get out of our own way and we let the blessings start coming in the way that the universe, divinity, has them specially curated for us. Not for everybody else, but this is an us time. We're talking about our money. We're talking about our career. We're talking about us. And that's what we're doing here. So just know that with the Three of Coins, we can have this idea that, we want everything to work together, to be perfectly balanced. We wanted groups to be perfectly balanced, and it's just not going to be. There's going to be something here where there's a fly in the ointment. And it can very well mean, okay, I need to take this on, myself, which I just hear, I have to take this on as well. It's like, how many more things do I have to put upon my shoulders? Understanding that, most definitely. But also saying, okay, if this isn't right for me, how do I move forward to where I need to be for myself? Again, it can be just starting to look for new jobs. It's not quitting. Remember, having a paycheck to pay your bills is far, far, far less stressful than not knowing where the money is going to come from. So just remember that. But here, there's somebody dropping the ball. So if you're thinking, okay, if I just work harder, if I just do this better, I will be able to move this in the direction that I need it to be in, the team, the work that's being done. And just know that not everybody in your group is pulling their weight. And you need people to start showing up. You do. And it can make for some uncomfortable conversations, yeah. And it can lead to having to tell somebody who might be in charge, if we're not in charge, letting somebody who is in charge know. But also looking at, okay, what isn't being done here and how can we balance it can be really important. So that's going to be a really good thing. But coming with a gentler energy, because we have the Queen of Wands reversed. And the Queen of Wands reversed, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Sagittarius, when we are in a reversed energy, we can be fiery, we can be biting, we can be overly intense, just powerfully, powerfully intense. So handling a situation where people aren't in harmony and balance, coming with it from negative fire energy, is not the way to soothe things. This is the way to burn it all to the ground. So just be aware of this. My rising is in Sagittarius, so I'm taking heed of this myself as well, with the energy of the Queen of Wands. It is also saying here that you are letting somebody else's passion, somebody else's fire guide you forward. The magic cannot come if we're looking at somebody else all the time. The magic comes from within us. The Queen of Wands is determination, is focus, is brilliance, is light. It's like being by a warm fire on a cold day. It's just lovely. And that's our energy. Our energy is just lovely passion, fire, determination. And we are getting back into alignment with that fire, with that beauty, with that sense of, but this is me. And it brings us from a time where we thought, maybe I've just lost a spark. Maybe I'm not supposed to have that spark. Maybe that's for fairy tales and, self-help books, right? To be passionate and happy and love what I do all the time. Maybe that's just not the truth for me. And what Spirit is saying here is, of course, you will not love what you do all the time. Even if you have the best job in the world, there will be days where we don't want to get out of bed. But here, it's getting the fire back. It is lighting that passion within us. It is embracing inspiration of soul and self to let us move forward in brilliance and in beauty. And that's going to be super, super important for us. Rituals around what makes us successful, how we, rituals around self care and what makes us successful and how we move forward is going to be just so important because the magic is coming back. The magician, the magic, the passion, the standing before the altar of our existence and saying, this is why I'm here. This is why I'm here. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going after. This is what I want. Connecting with our angels, connecting with our spirit guides. The magician is also connecting with our ancestry, those who have passed on, who are on the other side, and saying, hey, listen, I need your help. I need your wisdom. You know all over there. So please help me and guide me. That can also be astoundingly beneficial to us. With this time of embracing the magician, it is knowing that there is fire and passion in us, knowing that we can achieve, even if at times it seems insurmountable. When it comes to money, when it comes to our career, we have felt thrown, we have felt topsy-turvy or shaky at least. Wands represent the career, right? Those are reversed. We have two of those cards, right? Two wands, they're reversed. We have two pentacles and they're reversed. And we can go, oh my gosh, I'm doomed. You're not doomed. You're not even close to being doomed. You're finding the magic again, Sagittarius. And you're starting to move forward in a way that you want to be a little bit reckless, okay? So just know that with the Knight of Cups, with the Knight of Coins reversed. All right, we can want to be a little bit reckless, a little bit, tenacious, overly tenacious, like I just have to get it done. Because the Knight of Coins in the upright position is slowly, steadily, methodically moving things forward, determined, insightful, and just heading in a direction that is carefully thought out. We need to step back and we need to think things out again as we stand before the altar of our existence, as we claim what is ultimately important to us. We also need to look at energy and be mindful of energy that is overly toxic or that is toxic, that wants to push us, that wants us to be a certain way, that wants things to move forward in a way that isn't right for us. So just be aware of that. Be aware if you're listening to your intuition and it's like, that's not right for me, listen to it because you're getting really good advice from your inner self. We just have to slow down and listen. A reverse knight can be rather reckless, kind of think of like a teenage boy, right? Type of energy, or even just a teenager, but teenage boys, they tend to come to mind where it's just like, I'm going to push those boundaries. I'm going to be a little bit more reckless. I'm going to, almost an invincibility right around us. So just be aware of this. That's that energy here. We can feel it inside us or we can feel it, outside from others. They want to push us in a direction. They could be giving us really great advice. They think it's really great advice. And we're like, well, that seems not thought out well. So just be aware of this. The person can be older than you as well, or can be an older energy or an older person, but they are they are a bit reckless, a bit careless. They might land on their feet and that's great for them, but it also is a high level of risk. So just be aware of that. I love the Five of Wands reversed. The Five of Wands reversed is a release of pettiness. I mean, we have been dealing with a lot of pettiness of people who are more than willing to argue for no good reason over nothing. So just be aware of this as well. With the Five of Wands reversed, we are looking at our fire, we are looking at our passion. There could also have been a bit of confusion within ourselves, like a bit of internal chaos that we were letting become too loud. And now we're seeing ourselves calm the waters, calm the waters, calm the waters. People can want us to take sides as well. Take this side, take that side, don't you agree with me? Stay as focused on your work as humanly possible because this can get messy. This can get messy and it's coming to an end. So there's no reason to get pulled into it. All right. Our subconscious spirit message is enchanted reversed. Inspired, enchanted, what was this card? Success, right? Yeah, success. Inspired, enchanted, success. All of them are reversed. So we've lost our spark within us. There's a sense of, how am I moving forward? What enchants me? What do I love? We need to get back in alignment with that. Because if we are in alignment with what we love, of what is powerful and beautiful to us, it becomes a game changer. It opens up the doors in ways that we just hadn't realized it would or it could. And it leads us forward just powerfully and beautifully. So this is us being enchanted. This is us calling on enchanted energy, calling on our love, calling on our passion, calling on opening up the doors to new possibilities, because we've lost sight of that. We've lost sight of the beauty of the world. And now it is time to reclaim it. It really is. It's time to reclaim it. And you'll see your energy vibration rises and rises and rises. And you step into your power, Sagittarius. And you're all about balance. So even if we are just slightly more negative than positive, we can feel like it's huge. And other people can be like, well, Sagittarius, you're a pretty positive, great, successful person. What are you even talking about here? But we're all about balance. We're all about temperance, about harmony. And that is so important to us. And we're also all about the truth. How do we move forward and embrace the truth of our lives, of our purpose here on this earthly plane, of what we desire? It brings us to our subconscious energy to be mindful of. And this is the moon reverse. Now, this can be negative Pisces energy that we find very, very hard to deal with. It can be just overly emotional, overly like pulled in 18 different directions. This person cannot know where they want to go or how they want to be. And it's winding up for some reason or another becoming our problem. So just be aware of that. But it's also here falling into fear. It is letting fear become an integral part of who we are. And Spirit's like, absolutely no, absolutely no. Step away from that nonsense. The fear gets a say in everything. And that's saying, feel the fear and do it anyway. It's like, okay, we can be afraid. We can be overwhelmed. It's not saying you'll never be afraid. But with the two of coins right here from the tarot, the subconscious tarot message, it's like, find that balance. Find that balance. Can we be inspired and afraid? Can we be, can we have belief in ourselves and be afraid? Yeah, the fear can be a background noise, but don't let it be more than a background noise, Sagittarius. It is time to call in our balance. It is time to call in our harmony. And it is time to lead us forward with grace and with beauty. All right. All right, Sagittarius. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Sagittarius. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. Bye.